dear Whitney. I was sitting here thinking about this tainted wave I feel. So again, using the energy that's present, I reworked the grid into yet another one. So if I feel like the planet Earth is being bombarded with coerced energies from the moon, which I forgot to read that domino, I have to read it. It's Degas though, and it's that's the rune Degas. It's supposed to be like sideways, like the infinity wheel, but as you can see, it came out to be time. It came out to be an hourglass. So there's something to that. Basically, I was trying to block that energy from the moon with a labradorite. So in essence, this is a makeshift spell grid. I said, okay, if they're hitting us with a sound wave, a carrier wave, then we can go into octaves. So there's 8 notes in an octave. You have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, da, which if you translate it, comes out to be, I give you me only. If you take that last do out, it becomes do king only for you. Basically like a hidden message, only do for yourself. But when you put that last do on the end of it, you get done up. You get put in a scale. You get put in a spell. I give you me only. You will only take what I give you. So I said, okay, go back into my basics of magic. I'll throw a rune spell on it to try and block the energies from hitting the planet as best I can. So with do being the equivalent of C, Re being D, C being 3, D being 4, it's a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1, 2, 3. Notice that soul is also the letter G, as in we're dealing with God, and God is 7. Awareness is God. So going over here, I started out with here being do. The rune I drew for it was Wunjo, or Vunjo. Vunjo is the translation for joy. It's trying to get it blend in. All right, but it means joy, but it also means harmony. It also means fellowship. It also means prosperity. So the first do, when it comes in under the 3 energy, it gives you good stuff. It tells you about joy, harmony, fellowship, and prosperity. But then you start getting into your spell. The second rune is Avas. Avas means death. It's the yew tree. The yew tree is a great symbol of death. With that, it's not necessarily bad death energy though. It also represents strength, enlightenment. It's used for defense and protection, and it's also used as a source of motivation. So the 4 starts boxing you into that death-like energy. And again, death is a multi-perspective. Then you get into the me, which is the E, the 5 energy. It came out to be Hagalaz. Hagalaz is the stone of hail, H-A-I-L, as in a weather stone. So with that, you got destruction. You have uncontrolled energies. You have trials that you have to go through. You have also the chance of inner harmony. If you go through your own inner storms, then you can get to the calm. So there's a duality right there with the me. Me, I can work me either way it's going to go. Then you go into the Fa. Fa is Gabo, which is the gift. Gift, the Gabo rune can't be turned right or wrong. You just have to read it for what it is. And in all honesty, it's both directions this time. It's feeding off of both energies. Either way it go, it's a gift. It's Gabo is the gift. Gabo is balance. Gabo is sacrifice. But Gabo is also contracts and bribes. So you got good contracts and then you got bribery contracts. And I think that's what's coming in with this one. Then you get to the sun itself, or soul, S-O-L, the G energy, which was the 7. It came up with Sawillo, which is the sun rune. With the sun rune, you got honor, you have goals, you have the life force itself, and you have victory through perseverance. So from there we go to La. La is an A energy, which is a 1. And it came up with Ansus. Ansus is the ancestral rune. So basically it's the equivalent of Odin himself. It's the ancestral force. So with Odin, you have insight, you have signals. We're talking about a signal. You have communication, still talking about the same thing, Mercury retrograde. But you also have manipulation and manipulated harmony, because it tells you what things are. Remember the spell, I give you me only. So from Ansus, we go over to Jera. Jera is the original word for year. Yera, year. So there you have the harvest. You're harvesting your crops. You have the propensity for peace. You have hope. But you also have cycles and harmony. But you have to get out of the cycles. So from there you go to Fehu, which is the last one. Fehu was the only one that was reversed. This is the added do that puts you back in the spell. Remember, if you take that last do out, it gets do king only for you. When you put the dough in, it becomes the spell, I give you me only. Fehu in reverse means wealth, food, food source, possessions, bindings, slavery, and bondage. So when you add this in there, you enslave the rest of the energies. I hope that makes sense.